It all started the 14th of June in 1946 in Queens, New York City. Donald J. Trump grew up in a wealthy neighborhood in a wealthy family as the fourth of 5 children, while his father, Fred Trump, was a self-made millionaire in real estate and built an empire. He attended Wharton, and it wasn't long till he stepped into his father's world, the world of real estate. Armed with the killer instinct, he aimed to dominate.
Do whatever you have to do. You say whatever you have to say. Winning is everything.
Trump, 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 Trump. His name is his power.
It wasn't until the 2014 midterm elections, where the Republicans took over the Senate and majority of the House. Trump recognized that he could get support from a major party now, and he saw that the Republicans wanted extremely radical solutions for their problems. So he saw an opening with his name and his power.
I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again.
And so, a sea of red took over America. At first glance, Trump's campaign looked chaotic, improvised, and impulsive. But behind the bluster was a blueprint. Every minority group and demographic was studied, targeted, and manipulated. Every message was engineered to resonate with specific fears, spreading doubts about opponents, institutions, and even reality itself, all to push his agenda forward and secure power. In 2020, a report came out how using a database of nearly 200 million Americans, the campaign created a category called deterrence. The goal was to discourage voter turnout and not just sway it. Over 3.5 million Black Americans were placed in this category, and Black voter turnout dropped significantly compared to previous cycles, especially in states like Georgia and North Carolina. These weren't just random ads. Trump's team spent over $44 million on Facebook, crafting nearly 6 million personalized messages, many as dark posts that were invisible immediately after viewing from the feed. A study took place analyzing Trump's strategies in 2016, and especially his tweets. The 1,300 tweets he posted at the time of the campaign. They found that they focused on fear and creating chaos. They used argument from consequence. Electing Hillary would mean 4 more years of chaos, citing her past, calling her unfit. He even bent language itself. Terms like politically correct became synonyms with weakness. Radical Islam became a term not for terrorists, but for religion. And a staggering 90% of those tweets contained at least one rhetorical fallacy. More than half were insults like crooked Hillary or low energy Jeb. Other distorted facts, misrepresented policies, and creating false dilemmas. The point wasn't to inform, but to provoke and create fear in the American people.
She's a world-class liar. Just look at her pathetic email server statements. She's crooked Hillary. Don't you understand that? This is one of the most crooked politicians in history. This is the legacy of Hillary Clinton. Death, destruction, terrorism, and weakness. She's the devil. Hillary.
I'm going to take such good care of women's health care issues, you won't even believe it.
Do you believe in punishment for abortion? Yes or no, as a principle?
The answer is that there has to be some form of punishment.
For the woman?
Yeah, there has to be some form.
I'm going to build a wall.
I want to build the wall. We need the wall. And Mexico will pay for the wall.
The promises he made during the campaign, securing the border to foreign policy.
He now has a record as president that's pretty damn impressive.
So how was the 2024 campaign different? In truth, it wasn't. It used the same playbook: fear, division, and digital precision. But this time, the moves were sharper and more defined. After years of demonizing the Muslim community, from inflammatory rhetoric to outright travel ban, as the 2024 election heated up, he turned to that very same community, especially in key battleground states like Dearborn, Michigan, promising to end the war in Gaza and bring peace to the region. The message struck a chord, and the hashtag Muslims for Trump began, a shocking twist for many given his past with the community.
We are supporting Donald Trump because he promised to end war in the Middle East. And
by appearing on popular podcasts like Joe Rogan, Logan Paul, Aiden Ross, Trump gained direct access to millions of young men who don't follow traditional news. Bloomberg analyzed over 2,000 videos and found a clear strategy. Trump portrayed himself as relatable, laid back, just one of the guys. He didn't lecture, he chatted. But he pushed one consistent message, that he was better for the economy. Now, most of this audience has little understanding of what that actually means. Economic policy became a buzzword, not a discussion, but they were convinced that he was the solution to their problem. And this message of Trump resonated deeply with working-class Latino and Black voters. I'll bring jobs back, I'll fix the economy, I'll make life better. Voters struggled with inflation, rent, job security, viewed it as convincing, and Trump knew exactly how to frame the issue, even if many didn't fully understand the mechanics behind his claim. And instead of not running because of the 34 felony counts, Trump ran because of them. He positioned himself as a victim of the system, someone so powerful and disruptive that they had to try and silence him. To many of his supporters, they viewed it as that he was fighting a corrupt establishment. Donald Trump's campaign strategically used manipulation through emotional rhetoric, targeted messages, and misinformation to win over specific demographic groups, convincing many to vote against their own interest by exploiting their fears, identities, and desires for change. Explored in our cultural studies class, culture and politics are not separate, they're one and the same. Culture is power, and in modern politics in the States, we see how power becomes a weapon. It's dangerous, mobilizing, and at times, even revolutionary. Donald Trump didn't just run a political campaign, he ran a cultural one. He tapped into cultural anxiety, the fear that people's identities, values, and ways of lives were under threat. By targeting specific communities, Black voters, Latinos, Muslims, he constructed a powerful narrative that felt personal and urgent. It was strategic articulation. He then used cultural manipulation to deepen that divide, turning group against group, offering false promises, and framing himself as a savior of a vanishing America.